We've got the CFO of the company, Ajay Bhatt, joining us on the show from Delhi. Now, Ajay, to begin with, you've announced a buyback plan recently. Tell us what the thinking behind that buyback really was.
No, the thinking is very clear. The company is actually at an advanced stage of implementing some large projects in the parent company and subsidiary company, and all of those are getting completed from the current financial year. And so we expect a good growth in top line and bottom line for the next 2-3 years. And based on that, we found that the intrinsic value of the stock is very low, and it is a good opportunity for us to actually buy it back and help the shareholder value. So this is the time when the company has to come forward and actually demonstrate its faith in its own stock. So that was the thinking behind it.
Afternoon, Ajay. I just wanted to know how you're going to fund the buyback of equity. Are you planning to raise funds in the near term for funding the capex?
No, I mean, the whole buyback is not going to cost us much. On the higher side, we have allocated just about 100 crores on that. And that allocation is again going to come over a period of 12 months. So it's not something which we need to fund from outside. It would be obviously funded from our internal sources. And so therefore, we are not raising any money for this.
Sure, but in terms of the capital expenditure, Ajay, that you will undertake maybe over the next few months, should we expect that on that front you will come to market to raise money?
The market, if you are referring to equity markets, my answer is no.
I'm talking about the financial markets in general.
If you are referring to general, financial market is generally, that is already closed. We have already closed those projects. As I told you, the projects are now at a very advanced stage of implementation. The money has been already tied up. We have already raised that. So there is nothing that we need to tie up any fresh, as far as that expansions are concerned.
Sure, and just with respect to any acquisitions that you were evaluating, the word has been going around that you were evaluating 2 proposals in Mozambique and South Africa. Is there any truth to that or any update on the same?
You see, evaluation is an ongoing process, ma'am. We are looking at different options, but, I would say that this time around, you have to be very conservative in terms of your valuations, in terms of what you are buying, and you have to be very sure that it is going to bring immediate value to the company. So these are some of the important criteria that would go into evaluation and acquisition of any mining asset outside. Unless we are on the top of all of these, I don't think the company would be in a hurry to actually close any deal.
Okay, just hold that thought, Ajay. We've got an important flash which is coming in on your screen. Once again, source-based information, but it's sort of confirming the kind of news that we had seen, that now finally the cabinet has deferred its decision on the PSU buyback of government shares. Remember, we've been talking about how Hindustan Copper has soared close to 40% over the past 3 days on the back of this kind of positive news. And this is certainly going to come as a bit of a negative, given that the decision for the same is likely to be deferred. That's the reaction we saw immediately when the source-based news came out. And now, in fact, you seem to be having a confirmation on the same. So you have an STC, a Hindustan Copper, an MMTC, all of these counters which are seeing a bit of an adverse reaction on the same. Remember, today you had the cabinet which was meeting in order to weigh various options with respect to the PSU stake sale, and most of these counters, such as an MMTC and a Hindustan Copper, they were all on the government radar for disinvestment. And now the fact that they've deferred this decision on a PSU buyback of the government shares is certainly going to come as a negative, and we'll have to wait for the date for which it has been deferred on the same. We'll get you more updates and news and perhaps a word with the management regarding the same. But for now, let's take it back to our discussion with Mr. Ajay Bhatt of Monnet Ispat. You were talking about those acquisitions?
Yeah, as I told you that, unless some of these issues are clearly in our favor, we will not be in a hurry to go for any acquisition. So this time around, I would say that our emphasis is on completion of the projects. Our emphasis is to see that we actually generate the revenues out of these projects, which is going to roll out from the current financial year. And as far as acquisitions are concerned, it would be an ongoing exercise. And unless we are completely convinced about its viability and about the fact that it is going to bring in immediate value to the company, we will not be in a hurry to move ahead.
Right, and in terms of the steel plant that you're setting up at Raigad, Ajay, if you could give us an update on that, what the progress on that front is?
Well, the progress is quite satisfactory. As I told you that we have completed the captive power plant of that, which is for 80 megawatts. And from April onwards, from April to September, our 7 or 8 modules, which will include blast furnace, sinter plant, steel melting shops, plate mill, bar mill, all of these is going to, come into operation between April and September, October 2012.
And as far as the Utkal coal block goes, are you on track to begin production over there within the current financial year itself, that is before March?
We are trying for that. We have to just sign the mining lease, and we could be signing that any time, maybe in the next couple of months, and after that we'll start the mine development. And I would rationally assume that the coal will start coming out from FY 12-13, from the next financial year, which is beginning from April. So after the mining lease is signed, we'll start the mine development and the coal production.
Right, and also, Ajay, the additional power capacity that you're creating in Angul in Orissa for an additional over 1,000 megawatts, what's the progress over there?
The progress is that we have applied for the environmental clearance. We already have land for the project, and we already have the coal for the additional capacity. And we are just looking around to close this project financially, which we should be doing in the next few months. And then around April, May, somewhere in the month of April or May, we are going to place the orders for the PTG package.